I'm your 3-minute commercial break before we get to the real show. So, I'm Wendy Hutchinson. I'm with Millennium Bulk Terminals in Longview, Washington. We are a coal export terminal, or attempting to be one, I should say. And we're in the permitting process, which we have been at for about 5 years now. We've made great milestones, though. The project is on the Columbia River. We have existing rail into the facility. It is an existing industrial facility. It's an old aluminum smelter site that we have been cleaning up and are trying to revitalize. The smelter shut down about 15 years ago, and we are sitting on a very heavily industrialized stretch of the Columbia River. Or as we like to point out, our address is 4029 Industrial Way. It is, not, Riverside Boulevard or anything. So it's a great project. We've been doing a lot of cleanup on the site, and we are working to permit a world-class coal export terminal so that we can bring coals from the Powder River Basin, the Uinta Basin as well, through Longview to markets in Japan and South Korea. They are our nearest markets, and those are our target markets. Certainly, if you get out a world map, for those of us that are so bad at geography in the United States of America, this coal will be going to those markets. They are the closest to us, and so it is viable economically to get coal to Japan and to South Korea. As you well know, Cloud Peak Energy and our parent company, Lighthouse Resources, is shipping coal out of Montana through Canada right now. We would cut off about 25% of that rail haulage, if you will, in distance, if we could bring that coal through Longview. Our project is at full build-out. We'll ship 48 million short tons of coal to Japan and South Korea. And we're making great progress on the permitting, believe it or not. In spite of all other headlines, we are making great progress. We had big milestones last year. We published 2 environmental impact statements. The drafts came out last year. Big public comment periods and activity across the state of Washington when we did that. In the first half of this year, our final environmental impact statements will publish, and at the second half of this year, we expect permits for construction to begin to being issued. I'm expecting a round of applause for that from you people. So it's a great project. We're moving forward. I think when I come to Washington and or come from Washington and come to Wyoming and into Montana, I feel like nobody here gets good news about what's going. They just think, oh, it's all dead. But we're not. The good news is we have phenomenal local support and statewide support for this project. As an example, we had 2 letters that came in from the Washington legislature about our project. One was a negative one that people didn't like us. It was 6 legislators out of Seattle. But we had 29 legislators sign on to a support letter for our project. They were Republicans, they were Democrats, they were from the House, from the Senate, and all across the state of Washington. We have every one of the 4 Washington legislative districts that's near us. Every one of those legislators has taken an active role in our project to either come to a hearing and support and speak, or sign a letter or send information in to say we want this project in Southwest Washington. We have, as another example, we had 4 different folks run for county commissioner not that long ago. The only thing they had in common is they all agreed that they supported the Millennium Project. So we have very, very good local support. I find it kind of ironic that we live in an era where, you've heard of NIMBY, we don't want this in our backyard. Well, I'll tell you, Cowlitz County and the people of Longview want this project in their backyard. It's the people that are bussed in by Sierra Club from other communities and from out of state to come protest are saying they don't want it in their backyard, and it's not even their backyard. But one thing to remember, and I remind people always, Washington is the west coast of the United States of America. It is important, and every job in Washington is tied to trade. 4 out of 10 jobs in Washington are trade dependent. It is a state full of traders. They understand they are the gateway to Asia. They are not the gatekeeper. And we have a fantastic product in Wyoming and Montana and Utah, and we expect to be able to deliver that to our allies in Korea and Japan. You know, the other thing that doesn't get out there is the growth of coal usage in South Korea and Japan. Just last year, Japan announced that they were going to build 46 new coal-fired power plants. And it's conferences like this that bring those discussions together, because they are building the most energy-efficient coal-fired power plants on the planet. The South Korean fleet is currently the most energy-efficient, cleanest coal-fired fleet on the planet. And it's these technologies and the work that you guys are doing with the Integrated Test Center that are very, very exciting, that are going to make a big difference across this planet to look at the carbon issue, to try solve the carbon issue, to take carbon away as a negative for the coal industry and for the gas industry and for the oil industry. So when we're talking about our friends in Asia that have to import 96% of their energy needs, they want a good trading partner in the United States, and we want to be that trading partner, because I know you guys can deliver the coal, and I know we can get it on a ship and get it to them. And we don't want them dependent on other countries that they can't depend on as much as they can depend on the United States of America. So that's my commercial break. We'll get on to the esteemed panel. And I'm looking forward to the day and the many discussions that we're going to have to bring and talk about the technology that really is going to move us forward. So thank you for your time.